here's a presentation, Lean Product Development One-on-One. I was inspired to do this talk when listening to the chats of our interns when they were discussing TAME with Artur, with Emmy. And the thing that I noticed was that we often think in terms of what feature you need, dear user. Like, do you need to accept your schedule in TAME? Or maybe, why do you need to accept your schedule in TAME? Such questions are based on assumption that having a feature provides us with value. And I think that that assumption is wrong. It is, in fact, manifestation of a specific mindset that we have when it comes to building pretty much anything. We think in terms of features. The product consists of features for us, and this is wrong. Our focus should be somewhere else. Our focus should be on what our users are trying to do, what our users are trying to achieve, and where is the value for them that our software can provide. So if we keep the example of our time tracking software, accepting a schedule is not something that our users, our clients, are trying to achieve. And it isn't really where the value is created for them. The valuable part when it comes to time tracking and schedules and accepting those schedules is that we ultimately can bill our clients. And we can send invoice to our clients. Think of it. Evelina could invoice our clients even if there was no software whatsoever. We could give her like paper sheets with the number of hours we spend on projects for clients, and she would be able to do so. No software whatsoever. So software helps only if it makes the whole process, the whole work, better, more efficient. It helps to improve things. But at the same time, it helps when it is economically feasible to build that software. Think of an extreme example. Think of a system that could automatically gather all the data about time tracking and automatically invoice all our clients. Would it be awesome? We would need no work whatsoever. Evelina would need to invest no work whatsoever. The process would be super efficient. But at the same time, it would be super unreasonable to invest that much time and that much money to build that kind of software. Would it be reasonable to build such a tool? I think not. So what we should start with should be a goal that our user, our client is trying to achieve. And we should be looking for value where software, our application, our product can provide to our user. So let's go back to the example of time tracking software, TAME. Given that the goal is to bill our clients, what we need to achieve that? We need correct data about our work schedules, because this is basically what we use to invoice our clients. So thanks to that, Evelina knows what are the right amounts for the right clients, and she can prepare invoices. Accepting schedules is a way, not the way, to get correct data to be able to bill our clients. In fact, this feature became all the more important since we started using default hours in our work schedules. Since we don't need to fill the data for each and every day, because this is, in a way, a method to validate that the defaults are correct. However, we want to change the way we work with TAME. What we want to do is we want to get rid of the defaults, and at the same time, we can safely assume that if we don't have any defaults, any data that pops up in our in our schedules is good, because, well, we trust each other. We may as well assume that the data that pops up in such a method is good enough to bill our clients. And even if for whatever reasons the data is not good, I mean, it happens right now where we have a feature that allows us to accept schedules anyway, and we can always correct the invoices. So suddenly we achieve the goal of our client. We can invoice Lunar Logic clients, and we don't need to build or change, for that matter, a feature that allows us to accept schedules. Voila! Less work, less cost, and value still delivered. So yet again, we achieve value, we make our clients happier, not because we add more features, not because we think which features we should add to the product to let our users do the work, follow the processes in a better way, but we provide value by asking what our users are trying to achieve and how we can help them do that. And we can do that by avoiding, we can figure that out by avoiding mentioning any features when we are talking with our users during user interviews. We should seek options to provide value, and we would frequently find those options when thinking about how we organize work. In this way, we can organize our work so that any data that is filled in a time tracker is good for billing. And for heaven's sake, don't ask what features are you missing in the product, because we are so good in inventing stuff that we don't even need. As a rule of thumb, the less code we build, the better, and obviously as long as we can solve the problem. And this is in fact the role that I perceive as a role of each and every single developer at Lunar. That's it. I ran out of cards.